and welcome to episode 1 of the Maple Leaf Estate. Now, at first you're wondering why I sound a little sick. It's because I am. Just trying to get over the flu here a little bit, but hey, we can hang in there for a little bit. Everything's gonna be fine. That's what I keep telling myself as I run often to the washroom. However, that's not important right now. What's more important is this darkest dungeon. And as you can see, we're just getting started. I did the kind of first quick little quest here, and I've assembled myself a team of I don't even know how to explain it. Outstanding individuals, which I will now introduce you to, as it is very important you get to know the characters of this very long, very epic, most likely very tragic tale that begins today. First, Sir Forsyth, the Crusader. Very religious fellow, very solid warrior. As you can see, he is a warrior of light. 10% damage of torture above 75, very nice. And he's a slugger. He's a big boy. Knows how to swing that sword, does some damage, that's for sure. However, nobody's perfect. Now he's God-fearing. Hey, he's a Crusader, that makes sense. He's only going to pray to make himself feel better. Completely understandable, not a problem. However, this is a bit of a problem. Sir Forsyth, as noble as he is a little bit of a steely guy. Likes to rip things off when people aren't looking. And even when people are looking, he does it anyway. Kind of a little bit annoying. We may have to purge that from his body a little later. Now we also have, interestingly, as a Crusader, now the skull there means he's locked in, which means it's going to be very difficult, which really translates to very expensive, to shake him of this dark temptation. He is prone to investigating the dark arts. Quite strange for a Crusader, wouldn't you say? Oh, and he hates germs. Because what Crusader doesn't like germs? Because you can't hit them with your sword, can you? So, he is less accurate against people who are blighted. Alright, that is Sir Forsyth. I'm sorry, I mispronounced his name. I blame the flu. Onward! Ray, the Ninja. He is a highwayman, which actually kind of means he's a built-in thief, but not really. It just means he's very sneaky. Very sneaky, roguish individual. He has a hard noggin, which is always good for a ninja. He has a good resist against stun because he's got a hard noggin. And of course, naturally, he has quick reflexes, as I would imagine most people who take the moniker of the ninja would probably have. However, on the flip side, he cheats. He's a cheater. He's not allowed to gamble. He's been caught doing bad things, which is unfortunate, but again, hey, he's human. Not everybody's perfect. You'd think he wouldn't cheat, but hey, that's the way of the Ray the ninja. Also, he has no faith in anything. He's just faithless. He will not pray. He will not flagellate. Well, I don't blame him for that, because there aren't many people out there who like to be whipped and beaten to feel better. So he's not one of those guys. I am in that court. I completely agree with that. So, all in all, not so bad. Not so bad for the young Ray. Alright, so there's our apprentice highwayman, Ray, the Ninja. Onward, we have our doctor, Dr. Courtney, MD. Dr. Courtney comes from a background out of, I believe it's Johns Hopkins Hospital, as a former head of surgery there. However, that just got to be totally boring for her. And instead of saving lives, she decided, you know what, maybe I'll learn this poison thing and kill demons instead. So she has brought her medicinal talents to the estate, which is very nice of her. Now, as you can see, she has a natural swing, which is good, especially when playing baseball or fighting demons. And she has +5 accuracy because of that. Great stuff, Dr. Courtney. Also, she is a bit of a hieromaniac. She has a few religious visions and delusions. Again, understandable. I mean, she is a doctor. The God complex is a kind of a common thing. Not common, but not uncommon either. Of, you know, really talented doctors who basically figure that they're so talented saving lives that they must be God themselves. So, you know, a little bit of problem there, but hopefully it won't be too bad. She's also a little ashen, which basically means she doesn't like to bleed or, you know, be poisoned. I mean, who does? But she's a doctor, so I think she has a better understanding of what that actually means. Thus, again, very understanding of her little quirk there. So there's Dr. Courtney for you, a very, very important team member. Here we have Sister Darcy. She's a healer. She likes to heal people. I mean, she is a Vestal, which I understand is sort of I believe it's Swahili for priest. That's not true at all. I made that up, but you know, prove me wrong. As you can see, interestingly for a priest, she's also a manslayer. She likes to attack the humans. I don't ask, especially considering she generally heals the humans. Apparently, she also has a thing for slaying the humans. Hey, we're all different. Also, however, she's also unyielding and is resistant to the death blow, which all characters at one point or another will probably face in the darkest dungeon. She's also a risk taker, again strange for a priest, but because of this she does 10% damage more, but her dodge is down. Not so bad. Now, see, also, speaking of flagellant, it's hard to say, she will only flagellate. It sounds a lot, you know. Not flatulate, that's completely different. But flagellate. Basically, in order to feel better, gotta whip her, man. Whip her good. Sounds a little dirty. Probably is. However, you go way back into the annals of history, apparently this was a religious thing. That people needed their sins whipped out of them, and somehow they felt better. Hey, whatever works for her. I am not judging much. And then of course we have the notorious Lady Daggerface. Notorious around the world for sticking daggers in people's faces, earning her the name Lady Daggerface. She likes to hang out in the cove. I guess she likes fish. There are many fish in the cove. She feels very comfortable there. I'm not sure why, she just is. Also, she's very curious. She is obsessed with the acquisition of knowledge, which generally means if we come across some books or scrolls, Lady Daggerface is probably going to jump in and take a look at that before anybody else can. Because she is Lady Daggerface. She will throw a lot of daggers, she will poison you, she will generally be sneaky. She is Lady Daggerface. And here we have Lord Troy of Dog. He is called that, of course, because he is a loyal companion, assumably named Dog. As you can see, his noble dog stands by his side and helps him. Really does all the attacking, as you'll find. He just tells the dog what to do, the dog does it. It works out pretty well for both of them. So he's a bit of a clotter, that's good. He doesn't bleed very much, that's always helpful. And has some healing skills, which is also interesting for a master of the hounds. However, is also a little bit fragile, Lord Troy. So his hit points are down by 10%. We may have to try and purge him of that. I'm sure it's all in his mind. And a little paranormania going on here. I didn't even practice before I said that. Isn't that impressive? So he's a little bit obsessed with the paranormal, much like perhaps a Peter Venkman or a Ghostbuster of your choice. Tends to get a little excited, I guess, when paranormal activities are happening. Not too sure what that's going to translate to, but we will find out, I'm sure. And last at the moment, but not least, we have Baron Peterson. You've probably heard of young Peterson before. He used to play hockey for the Vancouver Canucks. He was an incredible talent. In fact, he was so incredible, he just decided, you know what, hockey's boring. I'm gonna stop playing because it's too easy, and I'm going to go and fight some demons instead, because that perhaps may actually challenge my unbelievable skills. So he abandoned his hockey life. He became an occultist, a master of the dark arts, and here he is today, helping fight evil demons at the Maple Leaf Estate. What a nice young man. He's rather luminous, which is interesting for an occultist who, you know, do dabble in the dark arts, but I'm not complaining. He is from Sweden, so hey, I mean, who isn't luminous who isn't from Sweden? I mean, Sweden's a pretty great place. I'd be luminous if I was from there. So he's got some extra speed and dodge, which is nice. Also a germaphobe, does not like the germs. You know, that's just the way he is, that's fine. Also, not really good carrying a tune. The dude, to be frank, is tone deaf. So if he's trying to heal his stress, it doesn't really help him that much. Alright, so there is our team. There is your introduction. Aren't you excited? I know I am. It's time to go and fight things. So, first we must put together our team. I think we're going to go, we have several choices of the ruins to do here. We'll just do a short one this morning. We'll kick things off. Let's see, which one do we want here? Now we can look at our rewards. This has got some slippery boots. Gives 4 dodge, but 20% minus. 20% minus. To move resist. Not too bad. We're here. We have some crests, and we have the Warrior's Bracer. 10% damage melee skills, which is nice. Again, 4 dodge, not quite as nice. Here we have Sturdy Greaves, which are 30% move resist, 30% move skill chance, so those seem pretty good. We do not have an Arbalest at this time, however, but that doesn't mean we can't save the trinket until we do. And here we have a Protective Padlock, which is helpful for an Abomination, one of the most interesting classes in this game. However, we do not yet have an Abomination, but boy will you be happy when we do. So that's a medium one, that's a little long, so I think we will go with the short one here, and we'll go and see if we can get this bracer. Looks like we have to complete 100% of room battles, so that is what we shall do. Now, let us pick our team here. We will, oh, let's stay on there, there we go. Alright, so we will stick with Forsyth to lead the way. I think we will have, no, let's see, Ray the Ninja, yeah, he's very good in the second spot. We'll keep Ray the Ninja right there. Let's see, now, this third selection is a little more difficult. Let's see, we have, yeah, because we haven't had a chance to change skills yet. We're not going to worry about that for now. Let's see, let's have a look at her. Let's compare her with Lord Troy of Dog, who looks like a little more comfortable in the third position. As you can see, the yellow dots at the top would kind of go 4, 3, 2, 1. He is excellent in the third or fourth position. So I think we will use Lord Troy of Dog. We will put him in the party. And last but not least, providing heals for us, as well as some crazy curses. Now, can he use everything from the back? He cannot use this from the back. So actually, what I'm going to do is, oh, I don't know if I've unlocked this yet. Can I use this yet? I sure cannot, so it's just the way it's going to have to be. He's not going to be able to use that ability, so that's fine. We really want him as a healer anyway, and there is our team. Ready to go fight the evil of the ruins, these unholy abominations, turning the light against itself. We will meet them in battle right now. Now, of course, before we go, we need supplies. Now, it's a short run, so I like to bring 12 food. Let's see, we will also, it's always good to bring at least 1 shovel. That way, if there's anything blocking your path, you can remove it. I like to try and take at least one or two. We have a lot of money at the moment, so we can afford. This is anti-venom. We have bandages in case we get bleeding, in case we get blight. Medicinal herbs, which will cure debuffs. Keys, which will unlock chests and give you better rewards should you happen upon any. Maybe we'll bring one. Holy water, which will increase your resistance a little bit, and also is used to interact with certain curios to make things better. So we will. Oh, we've got one. We'll add one more. Very important are torches. You do not want to forget torches, because if you do, everything will be very dark and all your fights will be much, much more difficult. So it's a short run. Let's just bring, I think, a good 8 torches will do. Now this laudanum is to cure horror, which I don't know. Well, I'll bring one just in case, but I don't think we're going to need that. Of course, every time I say we're not going to need that, we end up needing it. We've got some doggy cookies that Lord Troy of Dog brings along with him. Very nice of him. And I think we're ready to go. And shortly you'll hear the Overlord's voice as he tells you about this wonderful place.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Indeed. Alright, some details now. See the map here. Okay, so this room indicates there is a battle. These are curios. We need 100% of room battle, so we know we have to go in there. So if we zoom out a little bit, we see not a huge dungeon, just 7 rooms in all. Really only 6, because we're already in one. So I think we will head perhaps to the east, take out those 2 rooms. We've got to make sure that there's nothing in that far room to the right. And then we'll work our way up and then to the left. Alright, our first discovery. Some
Wealth
heirlooms.
beyond measure.
Now,
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
we are indeed brave and foolhardy. So there's some deeds. One of the things that you will use to upgrade your humble abode. Very helpful. Now, as you see, the torch is going down. Now, before we get into this battle, I'm going to use a torch.
The light. The promise of safety.
Indeed, the promise of safety. It's lying, because here we go. Our first battle. So, let me tell you about our enemies. So these guys, I don't even know what their name is. Do they even have names? Probably not. Let's call them all jerks. This guy, however, is the worst, because he has an ability called Tempting Goblin, which tends to raise your stress levels very high. So I tended to want to get rid of him first. So we're going to use our exciting Eldritch Pull ability. Let's see if we can pull him closer. Oh, you sure can. And then he knifed me for my trouble. Okay, Lord Troy of Dog says, attack. He resisted the cut. That's fine. Dodge there. Oh, Ninja the Ray. Ray the Ninja took a bit of a hit there. Let's see if we can finish this guy off.
Confidence
Sure can.
surges as
Attaboy,
the
Ray.
enemy crumbles.
And let's see if we can weaken this guy a bit. Solid 10 shot. Alright, good start, good start. See if we can finish him off.
Their
Right
formation
on.
is broken.
We're down to 1.
Maintain the offensive.
Okay, let's see here. I think we will also try and pull him forward, because Sir Forsyth cannot reach that far. Alright, get rid of those corpses. He's gonna rend me for the old gods. And we have resisted, because we're just that awesome. Attaboy, Sir Forsyth! Lay it into him! Wow, beautiful. And that is the way you do that. Excellent fight. Collect our loot there. What do we get? A couple of onyxes. 500 gold each. Some citrine. A little more gold. I'll take it. Moving on. Now we know this room is empty. We'll get a little scouting done. That's good. Scouting is pretty much random. Okay, so it looks like we have a room battle above us. Now, we know that there's no room battle to our right, so we could skip that area, unless you want to see what that curio is. But I think we'll play it safe for this time around, and we'll just proceed north. And we'll see what we'll see. Alright,
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright, a blazing star was not born. All I did was light a torch. Just calm down. Everything is fine. I realize you're a very dramatic dude, and you're dead. But there's no reason to get excited about lighting a torch. Alright, let's look at a book. Books can be helpful. Books can be harmful. Let's find out which one this is. This one is neither. It's completely useless. Alright, terrific. Let's light one more torch.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
The room battle with a curio, I believe. So let's see what we see. Alright. Let's raise the ninja. Alright, I'm going to use my grape shot last because that'll hit the first 3 guys, which is very helpful. Bone rabble, bone courtier, another bone courtier. Lots of bone going on. There's a solid hit. Let's see. Let's weaken one of these guys.
The ground look at that. Quakes.
Good job, Baron Pedersen. Let's see now. I think we will have our young friend here. Let's see if we can take one of these guys out. Oh, disaster. Fortunately, Sir Forsyth has an ability that will hit the first 2 guys. If you can hit it... Oh, Sir Forsyth is in fine form. Well done, young sir. There's that goblet. My stress level went up a little bit. 19. There's another Templing goblet. So just like that, 2 hits, and my stress meter for Lord Troy of Dog is almost halfway full. So that is somewhat annoying. Let's see if we can give him a little heal now. Baron Pedersen's heal are a bit of a crapshoot. They're either they're anywhere between 0 and 13. So basically, let's roll the dice and see what happens. We get a 4. I'll take it.
Rarity in the
That's all we needed.
pitch of battle.
And because, of course, he is healing you through dark arts, there's also a chance every time he heals you that you actually have to bleed a little bit. Fortunately, we resisted this time. So, how about another... now let's attack this guy. There we
Continue
go.
the onslaught. Destroy them all.
He can't reach him with any of his moves. So I can either take a shot and clear out those corpses. Maybe I'll do that. Get rid of them. There we are. Pull him in. Beautiful. Go get him, boys! There you go. Resisted the bleeding again. What a jerk. Went for the knife in the dark. Ray the Ninja, being a ninja, said, "Nuh-uh." Gonna give this guy a debuff. Down his damage a little bit, but he's almost dead. Ninja Ray will take care of the formalities, I hope. He sure did.
Give them no quarter.
Alright, 250 gold. Now we have a curio here. What is this? An Eldritch Altar. Now, I don't know. No, there's a chance that each one of these items could affect said curio. Let us try the holy water. That worked! Oh, remove the germaphobe quirk. Excellent. No more germophobia for Sir Forsyth. He feels great about the world. Terrific. Alright, so there's nothing above us as well. That room is empty. And we know there's a battle up there. So again, for safety's and time's sake for this one, we will push on to the left. And as you can see, there is a trap here. Disarming traps. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and then press the A button while near the trap to attempt to disarm it. When heroes are within range of a scouted trap, the trap icon will show up in their status bars. Some heroes are better than others at disarming. Aren't you glad I read that whole thing? I'm glad. I feel great about it. So I'm going to use Ray the Ninja because it just seems correct that a ninja would be able to disarm the trap, and I'm totally right. Good job, Ray the Ninja. Got a little stress relief. Moving on. Alright, more books. That torch.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
He's really excited.
We require only the strength to
follow
follow it.
He is so happy every time I light a torch. I can't even tell you. An old journal entry. Oh, what's this? Yours for the taking. A journal page. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is like a story thing that they don't really do anything, but I guess you can collect them for absolutely no reason. Now, this is a decorative urn. And I believe if I use some of these medicinal herbs, it'll clean up the ashes. No, I am incorrect. That did not work. So as you can see now, down here, it has an X underneath it, which shows you, no, this is not the correct thing to do. This is actually a relatively new addition to the game. In the original version, none of that existed. You had to remember every single time, which I never did because I'm stupid. So, thank God for this. I appreciate it. Let's try some bandages. No go. So that also doesn't work. The good thing is once you fail once, you know forevermore that that's a bad idea. Let's try our anti-venom. No good. Alright, let's just open this sucker then. And nothing but ash. Great. Well, that was a waste of effort, but what can you do? Alright, into our room battle. This might be our last room battle, but we don't know. There's a room to the left there that we don't know what the deal is with that. Let's venture in. Oh, look at our friends. Oh, we surprised them, which means all of my guys get to attack before they do, which is great. These bone arbalists are the worst. Stupid arbalist crossbows. Very frustrating. Oh, how do you dodge when you're surprised? Oh, that was a solid shot. Sir Forsyth for the rescue there. Got rid of 2 of them. And we moved those guys in closer so they can't use their ranged attack, which is good because they're generally deadly. Attaboy! Let's see. Let's down his attack a little. That's kind of the only move. I don't really need healing right now. Let's see if we can take him out. Yes, we can. Oh, see, those corals are the worst. One shot and like approaches. Over halfway done. Let's clear out these corpses if we can. Alright, let's heal myself. Big fiber, not bad. Oh, blood's not going to work on a skeleton, obviously. Go get him, boy! Can't quite finish this guy out. How about now? Alright. Done like dinner. This one's gone pretty well.
This expedition at least
are we done?
Success.
We are, so that we know that this is the last room battle. So now we can remain here and explore the rest of the dungeon, or we can say, you know what? Let's go back to the hamlet, which I think is what I'm going to do.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
We do. And by what is ours, we mean 3,000 gold, 3 crests, we get the cool trinket, we get some heirlooms. A solid run. Now at the end of the run, everybody gets a, not everybody, but you get kind of a happy sad thing here. So this can mean you get a good quirk or a bad quirk. Let's see what happens, shall we? Can I select them one by one? I can for added dramatic effect. Ray the Ninja gets compulsive. He's a little compulsive. Suffers intense need to do specific actions. Alright, Ray's a little compulsive. Alright, what else we got? Lord Troy apparently will only gamble from now on. I guess gambling his life away in the dungeon has made him do that. However, he's become more evasive, so that's good. Baron Pedersen, unfortunately, is now light sensitive, which I guess makes sense for a master of the dark arts. But all in all, not too bad.
May seek to separate them. Action and consequence will invariably have their dreadful reunion.
This guy's very, very morbid. So there's all kinds of mosquitoes around. This is from the Crimson Curse expansion, which I won't go into right now. However, as you can see, the blacksmith is now unlocked. Very nice. The guild is now unlocked. Very good. The blacksmith will make your weapons better, and in the guild you can improve and unlock different abilities for each of your characters. So let's see. We will not go terribly into that. We're going to wrap this up, but first, let's do a little stress relief, which as we should. So, Lord Troy, as we know, will now only gamble. So we are going to send him on his way, hopefully to win $1 million and generally feel better about life. In you go, Lord Troy. What game is this? Where do I buy chips? That can't possibly go wrong for him. Now we could upgrade this a little bit. Increase. This is what you use your heirlooms for. Pretty cheap, so maybe we'll
strong drink, a game of chance, and companionship. The rush of life.
Of course the caretaker is in the brothel, because of course he is. So we can't use that right now. All
manner of diversion and dalliance await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
Diversion and dalliance. Except the caretaker's like, go away. I'm in the brothel. You can't use it right now. Well, fine. Let's see. Sister Darcy. Maybe we'll... Oh yeah, she's the one who will only take the whip. So we'll give her what she wants. There she goes. Expensive, but you know, worth it. So, all right. So she's relaxing, quote unquote relaxing. Everybody else's stress levels look pretty good. So that's a solid episode. We're gonna call it right there. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back sometime soon with episode 2. In the meantime, if you have any cool names for characters, by all means, let me know about them somehow in the comments or whatever. Just let me know what you think would be a great name for a character. There's lots of other classes that we have yet to explore, but we will. I hope you enjoyed this. We will see you again in the darkest dungeon.